When I say P, I mean profit. When I say S, I mean see. You dig what I'm saying, baby? Now let's keep it moving. Follow the fun shui. Yeah, dig it? Bienvenue en podcast Z, man. Welcome to the Z podcast. And I'm giving y'all a short video, right? And I just, I thought about something. There's certain traditions and way of going about things in family households, and everybody's raised differently, different cultures, different beliefs, different, ethics and demographics and geographics, all that, right? But there's always a certain, if you notice, there's always a certain like pattern or system within a family tree or family household. And, a lot of times, a lot of us, love family. A lot of us do love family, friends. We love the tradition. We love, what's a tradition? A traditional thing that most people do. Birthdays or holidays like Christmas or Thanksgiving or Halloween, right? These are all traditional holidays that a lot of the people in the world still do. Even 4th of July, fireworks, right? And then in different cultures and different states and countries and continents and all that, everybody do different things. But if you notice, every tradition always has a certain type of pyramid. And then if you go against the pyramid, it's either you conquer and rule with the iron fist and force the original ruler or the ruler who's passing down the torch. In a way, like they pass down, the rulers at the top pass down the torch in different ways. You can get the torch passed down to you by you. Hold on, y'all, I'm trying to get comfortable in this beach chair or pool chair. You can get the torch passed down to you in ways like through taking it by force, and somebody can respect that, or the tree or the pyramid can respect that. You can get the torch passed down to you by doing what you're supposed to do as a man or as a woman, responsibilities, right? And our parents and older generation, they're supposed to pass down the torch, or they're supposed to let go of the torch. And some people, love to rule, love to run the show. Okay, I get it. But those are really only the two ways. There's probably more ways, but two ways that I can think of is taking the torch and not giving a fuck what nobody got to say, or you kind of just create your own, like you do your own thing. Like you ain't gotta do what the system says. Just like a job, you ain't gotta do what the system says. Go to school, get a trade, or you can do whatever you want to do in life. There's really no limitations or no restrictions. And the fact that you can think from that mindset and keep that in your mind, you already done 90% of the work, because it all starts in here. And if you can keep a free mind and be in the present moment, you good. But I'm saying all that to say there's different levels of systems and pyramid schemes, not just in a job, in family, in friends. There's different, there's a dynamic, there's a triangle that most people I don't think really talk about. I think that there is a pyramid scheme and a triangle between family and friends, based off of status, based off of money, based off of how well you can form connections, based off of your face, based off of what you did in the past. It could be a lot of different things that can put someone in a position that is admirable or considered highly favored or honorable, whatever the case may be, whatever the value the person sees in their eyes that they see in you, or an ideal image. Like think of God, right? Or think of Jesus. That's an ideal image that people, think about. And I'm not saying God and Jesus is not real. I'm not here to challenge beliefs or contradict beliefs. What I'm saying is people have thoughts in their mind. They think about them and they give it energy. You think about God, you give God energy. You praise God, right? Giving energy. Somebody may, I don't deal with demons. Okay. You give that energy. You give the thought of not dealing with demons energy. You give the thought of dealing with demons energy. You give the thought of dealing with angels energy. You give the thought of not dealing with angels energies. I'm going to make this video probably name it Thought Forms and Karma. But what I'm getting at is, though, and I can't even really post too much of where I work, because somebody could pray on the downfall. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could be hating on me for all I know. They may not want me to have a job. They may not want me to have a source of income. They may try to stop my finances for all I know. I don't know. But the point is, you know, we are in these systems and schemes, unconsciously or consciously, whether we know it or not. So then, if you got a generational trauma, or something that's been passed down, one man's God is another man's devil. So what can be passed down to you can be considered a devil, even though it was a tradition. Or friends, right? A friend may give you a gift or something they value, they like, and they give it to you, thinking you gonna like it the same or hold it to the same regards, and then you might not value it. It's not to say you do not appreciate the gift. You don't love the gift. It's just to say it's just to say like, hey, I might not value it the same as you because you value it. It's something you take pride in. Everybody take pride and got ego in different things, and everybody feels different about different things and different perceptions and different ideologies and all that, right? So if you got something like that in mind, there's loopholes in life. I was just watching the video, shout out Travis Majors, but he said something about Texas loopholes, right? There's loopholes in life with relationships. There's loopholes in life with family. There's loopholes in life with friends. There's loopholes in life in everything. There's cheat codes and little mini passageways in everything in life. And I'm not saying that you need to take these routes to get to a certain result, but sometimes you have to go on your own in order to see something different. And going on your own and away from everybody is not bad. People make it seem like, oh, well, if you stay with family, as a family, as a whole, as a unit, you could probably work together, right? Right. So you got a group of friends or a group of homeboys, and y'all all working on together on one idea, which is becoming famous or no more poverty, right? Y'all all working as a team to get out of this hole. If everybody is not in alignment or not on board with the plan or a part of the team, sad reality is everybody cannot go to the top. And some people are put in positions in life where they have to make that type of decision. Me, for example, I kind of always been a lone wolf, and then I'm a Capricorn, and it's one more other Capricorn in my family tree. So maybe that plays a part too. I don't know, but I know that I kind of always been a lone wolf, even though I part of the family. But I never really was the type to engage in the family, be there, like really like be fully enthusiastic. I kind of was just like out in the picture, but I was there in the picture. So that means I might not know certain things about the family or the loopholes about the family, and they might not say nothing because they think I don't care, or they just don't keep me in the loop, right? Friends might not keep you in the loop. Homeboys might not keep you in the loop. You might not be in the loop on certain things because what you're doing or what you're going through has nothing to do with nobody else. And a lot of people be getting it mixed up with trying to save people, and it's, people have a sense of entitlement. Like, a lot of people be worried about trying to save somebody else, and this person you trying to save feel like you owe them. So then you put them on board with the ship, and the ship eventually might sink. The ship gonna sink eventually because you're gonna die one day. You're gonna leave this body, right? But the point is, you can't take everybody with you to the top. So if you want to work as a whole or as a group, will it be slower? Can it be slower? Yeah, it can. What's this orb? Maybe it's from the light. It's from the light, yeah. I was like, what the fuck is up? But people just, and this is a white orb too. People just make it seem like because you fam or you friend or you homeboy or you cousin or you something, you automatically supposed to get a reward. And that to me is one of the most dumbest things. Because, and I raised my hand on that, because let me give you an answer. I'm raising my hand in class. Let me tell you why. You have a generation of people that is expecting somebody else to take care of them. because they was fed all their life or they was sheltered all their life, and they don't know what the life of going it out on your own, getting it. Like, okay, so I get it. You the first one to do it. You can help everybody. You can show everybody, right? But everybody ain't gonna want to listen. Everybody ain't gonna want to listen, bro. I'm telling you, everybody gonna think you crazy. Some people gonna doubt you. It's people who been doubting you since you first left out on your own. And they so passionate. What's all? This is my new motto. I be saying, like, my new motto is I'm gonna start saying more, and I am saying more. What's up with all this aggression? What's all this passion coming from? Because aggression is passion. So where if you ain't rooting for my success, then where's all this aggression and passion coming from? Jealousy. And you know what's crazy? Now that I'm thinking about it and I'm having this download on film for y'all, your family and friends really can be jealous of you. Because where is all this unjust energy, unjust aggression, passion coming from? You feel me? Like, where is it coming from? Where do you build up so much, like you gotta, on some Shang Tsung Mortal Kombat, you gotta build it up, you gotta sit up, you gotta get rowdy, you gotta be like, yeah. It's like, think about Jesus, right? The concept of Jesus and how he was hand on the cross, right? People had so much aggression and passion towards a man who was so righteous. Cover that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, think about that, right? Think about that, right? People have so much aggression. People have so much aggression and passion towards Christ. And passion and aggression, so much passion and aggression, and hung him on the cross. This is I don't know if this is really real. I don't know if it happened. I don't know. I'm not going to say it didn't. I'm not going to say it did. But the point is, he was hanging on a cross. Somebody, enough people formed the idea of what happened, and they pictured him hanging on the cross. And that is a representation to tell you, this is what will happen if you go against the grain. This is what will happen if you try to not obey, not submit. This is what will happen if you want to do your own thing. Oh, you want to do your own thing, huh? You don't want to go to college. What you mean? You don't want to go to high school. What you mean? Some kids be going through hell just because they know they ain't meant to be in high school. Some people don't finish middle school, and they be making it seem like they such bad people, wrong people. But they knew who they was, and they always knew thyself. So why the fuck is somebody else who is an adult, you now an adult, and they have all this passion and aggression built up? And then what be the worst of it all? Secret animosity. Who said that? Y'all heard that? Undercover animosity. Oh, you hear that? Maybe it's my headphones. For real. And that shit you be right next to a motherfucker and whole time. And you know what's crazy? I wasn't taught the concept of jealousy. So, okay, I guess there's pros and cons to it. But now that I'm thinking about it, right? If I wasn't taught jealousy, was it because it was being done onto me in my face? See, now I'm over here questioning myself. It's always good to ask yourself questions, know thyself. Because if I never really, like, I'm going to say this now. I didn't really, at one point in time, I did not know how to identify jealousy. So then if there is unput energy, unput emotion, unput passion, unput aggression towards you, and you haven't physically done anything to flick, pinch, stab, shoot, harm, cut, whatever, right? You have not done anything verbally, because the power holds the tongue of life and death, right? What you speak is strong. So have a clean mouth, clean oral hygiene, because having a clean mouth is going to lead to more prosperity. And that is not a Bible scripture. I just came off the top with that. I mean, hey, wouldn't anybody else in the comment section would agree? Having a clean mouth leads to more prosperity. If you speak in destruction, what you think is going to happen? And what you do on others is what you do to yourself. So then if you think about it, right, all this unput passion and aggression towards Christ, who decided to lead out a sheep of people to a better life, a new generation of life, but had to get sacrificed and crucified in the process just to try to make a new revolution, a new era, a new form, a new way of being. all for him to get punished. And it seems like every time a person tries to come to family, friends, or it's always the person who tried to come to the team with a new idea. And I'm not saying every team is bad, but there's always that one person. It's in life. It's common now. It happens often. It's always that one person in life who tries to come to everybody and be like, hey, let's do this. Let's do this. You do this. You do. Everybody can't be the rapper. Everybody can't be the artist. You good at this. Like a village, right? In Africa or Ghana, the shit ain't, they ain't even in poverty no more. They really be the most geniusest people. You know what I'm saying? I hope they don't take my video down for saying this. But the point is, in the videos, right? You think about the old ads back in the day. If y'all was, this to let y'all know how old I am. In the old ads back in the day, right? They used to have the ads where you would see like the people in Africa or something walking with the waters on their head, right? And it was like females. Sometimes it'd be guys too, right? But think about positions and where to put people. There was people to go carry the water and go get the water. There was people who was cooking the food, catching the food, getting the food. There was people who was cleaning the clothes and not cleaning the clothes. There was people who was building the houses and not building houses. This is all in Africa, right? And people in Africa, it seemed like, you know what I'm saying, like in the ads, they seem like they naturally have a way of working with each other. And what is it with in America? What I notice is a lot of us don't know how to work as a team. A lot of us be still stuck on concept of white and black against each other, and there's a lot of white and colored people who are teams, who are friends, who are best friends, who was raised together, who got the same parents. So why is it like we got all these dualistic point of views and mindsets, and people be so passionate about shit that ain't really important? So much aggression about something that you really don't. You need to be getting fed up with how the fuck they've been manipulating us for so long in life, and we so far behind, and we can't even come together nowadays in 2025 and work as a team. Not all, but a lot, majority. And the majority is the minority, and the minority is the majority. Because why the hell is it? It's always a small group of people who decide to make a change, who usually get casted out. Christ was hanged on a cross. He was casted out. He was considered wrong for what he was doing. In one pair of eyes, he was considered an evil person. In another pair of eyes, he was considered self-righteous. So then, if you got one bad apple on the tree, and you trying to come to family or friends about an idea, and one person don't like it, they can fuck it up for everybody. Now, everybody ain't getting the benefits of it. Because one person didn't agree, and they still wanted to remain in power. They didn't want to pass down the torch, or they didn't know how to let go. They was in fear. They was anxiety. And shout out to the ones who got families right now, and friends right now, and people right now where you got a team and you can work with your team and y'all can build towards something. Y'all have a huge purpose in life. There's no way in hell you got that many people with you and y'all a team and y'all doing something for the greater good. Because there's a lot of people nowadays who can't be teams. And I know I can work with other people. I don't have an issue working with other people. It all depends on the matter of, is that something that I'm willing to do, I'm consenting to do, giving my energy to. A lot of times I've been forced to work with people in forced interactions. That's what I'm gonna say, forced interactions. Forced interactions with people. All because they thought they could try to get over on me, or thought they could say whatever they want to say to me, thought they could, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just thinking, like, what in your right mind makes you think you can do that to another person? Take away their human rights, take away their dignity. They get power out of that. The control, the torch, right? The only way you can get power is by putting them in submission, taking it from them. And if you gotta do that, then you gotta get out of character, unless that's who you are. If that's who you are, then it should be easy. It should be a piece of cake to do that back to somebody. But the point is, it's like, it's different times out here, man, and people be so against new that they automatically disregard it and deem it as bad, or demonize it, or hell, oh, that's hell. But it was a point in time people used to just say, oh, that's hell, just to say it. So, saying all of this, like, yeah, man, y'all really just, if you on your own and you being called towards to do something by yourself, it's probably for the greater good. Because trying to carry everybody else on your back, and the ship can't carry that many people, or everybody ain't doing what they supposed to be doing on the ship. Somebody got to maintain the sails, right, so it can blow the wind and get the sails right. Somebody got to be the captain. Everybody can't be the captain on the ship. Somebody got to shoot the cannons. Somebody got to keep the ship maintenance. Like, somebody got to go down inside of the ship to make sure ain't nothing getting lost or no leakage or nothing. Everybody has a position and a role to play, and everybody, if everybody was able to play their role and position and purpose in life that they was designed to do, no questions asked, no fears, no nothing, then life would be a little bit different. I'm not saying it'd be better, because we was living in a point in time where you came down here, you automatically was doing what you were supposed to be doing. And then there's the concept of Eve did this, and then that's a victimization mindset. They glorify that. A lot of people nowadays got victimized mindsets and entitled mindsets, thinking that the world owes them, and it's adults who think like that. So now imagine you got a plan and an idea, and they think they think they deserve to have that idea. They think they the ones who should be doing this. They think they the ones who should be the star or be the captain, and they think they can do it better than you. So then, if they don't like the plan and you trying to create a team, and they disagree with you, they can fuck up the whole entire plan. Have everybody else around you doubting you and making it seem like you the one who tripping and crazy. And now it's the same cycle. The blind following the blind, following the crowd. Ain't nobody going nowhere new. And I ain't saying one person got to be the idea or the end all be all. But if one person is doing something different than everybody else, that everybody else ain't doing, a part of the tree, a part of the group, a part of the family, then that's the person that people need to be listening to and studying. Don't be following the motherfucker who be the loudest, the most emotional base. Those are the type of people you need to stay the fuck away from. They ain't leading you nowhere but to destruction. And the fact that you even follow behind a person like that, it says a lot about your character. And then, a lot of people be following the blind. So who are you following? If you ain't listening to yourself, doing for yourself, then who are you doing it for? Oh, my family, or my daughter, my kids. Yeah, but before you had kids, who you was doing it for? Oh, my girl, my wife. Before you had that, who you was doing it for? Everybody came down here with a soul and a purpose. Why the fuck is you or y'all trying to follow after the same damn fucking cycle and pattern, and it leads to the same result? Then you look at the person. So then the person that tried to come up with the idea, right? Everybody or a person don't agree with it. So now you just do this shit on your own, right? You finally get to where you need to be, and you get to the result within a certain amount of time. Sure, maybe doing it by yourself has cut back some of your time where you really can't really got room for mistakes. Everything you do has to be a certain way. Okay, I can understand that. But at the end of the day, if you got to where you need to be, and now everybody around you is now seeing the results, the people who always really loved you and supported you and cared for you is going to come out of the woodworks. Okay, good. Oh, I was always there. Okay, where you was at then? Okay, I get it. I ain't gonna trip about it, right? But the point is, now that you at where you need to be, now everybody else who was supposed to come with you is behind, and they looking like, what the fuck? How did you do it? You were supposed to be there with me. Why did you not listen? Or not listen? Why did you not have faith in yourself to know that if we gonna come up with a plan together, or if you want to come up with a plan by yourself, even if you don't want to work with a person with the idea, or me, or whoever it is, trust in yourself to know that you gonna figure it out yourself to make a difference in your life. The goal is to make a difference in your life, whether you working with a team or not a team. It doesn't matter how you do it. The goal is to be making a difference and growing and changing and evolving for the better and not for the worse. So if you wonder how the next person did it, or how I did it, or how they did it, all they did was not give up, have faith, and despite the challenges, kept control. So if you with somebody right now and they trying to build an ideal or a team, don't doubt them, man. Work with them as a team. Try to be there for them, because if they figure it out and you wasn't there from the beginning, what makes you think you gonna get the benefits? Same thing with a relationship. If she left or he left right in the moment of your chaos, what makes you think you finna get the benefits when it's peacetime? When it's peacetime and it's not war, and now you relaxing, now you eating on grapes and shit, and now they trying to come back in your life like, oh hey, how you, huh? That being said, love, healing, and light. I'm out.